Okay, folks, yes, it's Halloween, right? Halloween. Trick or treat. I'm your host, BKP. We are at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge, and it's time for Rebel Wrap-Up. Now, I am dressed for Halloween. I have my Fannin baseball uniform on. I am here tonight as the starting shortstop for the Fannin Rebels. I want to see what kind of look I got out of Chandler over here. But no, Chandler will be back just in time. But yes, folks, these are our seniors tonight. We've got a couple guys missing. Coach will tell you who those guys are. But for the most part, we got all of our Fannin Rebel seniors tonight. And every year we do a senior show. And first of all, let's, hey, playoffs, Coach. Playoffs, Coach.
Yeah.
Playoffs. So yes,
we got one Friday. We get through.
I know, but we have to say it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
We have to say it. So
very, very blessed, very fortunate.
We'll let Coach highlight that in a minute. We have Coach Kuna here with us, Coach Chad Cheatham, and 35-14 win over Lumpkin, and the Fannin Rebels are going to be playing a game 11 this season. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away from the camera. These guys are going to introduce themselves all the way around, and Coach is going to talk about these guys on the team. Both these coaches are, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight with these seniors. So let's start. Now, guys, the mic picks up very well, but you got to speak up a little bit, okay? Don't want any parents texting me and saying they can't hear you. So let's start over here with this young man to the left. Give us your name, what position you play, how long you've been on the team. Tell us something funny if you want to.
Do I gotta stand up and say my name?
No, you don't have to stand up. You can just sit right there.
I'm Tim Garland. I'm number 18. I play running back. This is my second year. I played freshman year, coming back. My time away from football has really showed me that it's one of the greatest games in the world. I love it so much. Glad I came back.
There you go. All right.
I'm Evan Taylor, number 29. I play wide receiver. I played for 4 years. It's been a great 4 years. This is definitely the best one yet. My favorite.
Okay. There's no time limit, guys. You want to talk? You know, I know. Chandler over here is just going to talk away. I say, don't save all the time for Chandler over here. He doesn't want. You want all the time? Is that what you're doing? Okay. Go ahead. Next.
My name's Tate Eaton. I'm number 47. I played 1 year and I played cornerback.
My name is Michael Lewis, number 50. Played for 4 years. Play offensive, defensive line.
My name is Chandler Kendall, and I've only played 1 year, number 15, receiver and safety.
All right, tell them now. You're going to be back in time for baseball, right?
Yes, I'll be back in time.
All right, I will be bringing.
He's going to be back in time for basketball. He's got about a week left.
Well, I understand. Okay, basketball. All right, I didn't mean to bypass basketball, coach. I didn't mean to bypass that. All right, go ahead, Mason Rhodes.
My name is Mason Rhodes, number 55. Play linebacker and center. And long snapper. Final long snapper.
Special teams coordinator.
That's right.
He's really good at it.
Evan Catron, number 89. I play wide receiver, and this is my second year. I started my junior year and this year, so been good to me.
All right, guys, let's get the conversation going. Friday night, 35-14 over Lumpkin. You know that puts you into a game 11. We do not want to bypass. You have a big game Friday night, but while we have seniors here tonight, 3 of you have played the 4 years and some of you 2. Let's talk about this season and I just get in. And I know you guys can tell me how you feel about this season, what Friday night meant to you. A lot of you I got to interview, but start talking about what Friday night meant, what it has meant up here on the practice field this week. So let's talk about this past Friday night's game. Okay, Mason, I'll pick you. Tell me get them started, Mason. Talk about what it meant, because, you know, I interviewed you after the game.
It's nice.
It's nice. That's what you said on the interview. It's nice, right?
It's just a good, what would the word be? Good feeling, knowing we have a chance at playoffs to make something big.
How about the rest of it? Come on, I know you can talk. Come on.
We made history, and it just feels great to start something great with Coach Cheatham's first year.
All right, let me switch it around a little bit. Now get Coach in here. Did you imagine this at the beginning of the season? Because let me just set it up.
No.
You know, no. Okay. Seriously, you didn't imagine this at the beginning of the season. When did it start sinking in for you guys this year? Because the guys that have played 4 years, and even the guys that played 2, you played in a different, you had a different offensive scheme, you had different defense, your practice was different on, you know, Monday through Thursday, your practice was different, everything was different. Coach Cheatham comes in, you know, you could say it in front of him, he'll be okay. When did you guys, you know what we always hear? We hear out here, and the fans at home hear, that the coaches are always trying to get the kids to buy in, right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
So let's ask that question. When exactly did you guys buy in and it start clicking? You know what? This is for real. This is going to happen. Just what game was that? How far in the season?
Right after Cola Creek, I think we finally started to realize we was going to make something big out of this.
How about any of the rest of you?
I think after Kahula Creek too.
Do you?
Because we beat Kahula Creek, but we kind of sucked it up too.
Played pretty bad.
Yeah, we sucked it up.
Played it pretty bad? So after
We got to win.
Huh?
Said it again.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll let you know when the end of the world comes. All right, Coach. Let me ask you some of those questions. When did you feel? I know you got another game, and I know you know that got another game. And you got focused, but as far as where you're at in the season, and last Friday night, when did you start feeling these guys are buying into what I'm putting down every week? These guys are buying in, and this could happen.
You know, I met them in the spring. It was in May, and came up, got to talk to them. We met in the cafeteria, and several of them came up to me afterwards and talked to me after what I told them and things like that. And then we went to spring practice, and I definitely saw something that was special. The kids were hungry. Our coaches were hungry. They were glad to. I'm not saying anything against any other coaches or anything like that, but Jeff and Adam and those guys were glad that they were able to coach and be free to do what they needed to, and I trusted them. And then just happened to be blessed with these guys right here. 2 of them are missing, but it's been such a great experience and blessing to watch these guys grow and to believe in me and what I was telling them. And when they started to do that after Kahula Creek and some of those things, they started to see how the toughness and the things that we brought in to the program could really pay off for them. Yes, it was hard. It was tough. There was a lot of yelling. There was a lot of contact. There was a lot of physical things. But they responded. We lost a lot of kids. We started with 84 that spring. And, we're 56 on roster right now. These guys have created a tradition that will never graduate. And we're going to continue to build on that tradition that these young men have just put themselves out there and sacrificed so much offensively and defensively for this team and this coaching staff.
As a coach, Coach Kuna, let me ask you the same question. And when did you see the difference in the team? When did you see? When was it for you as a coach? As a coach, offensive line, or which do I have?
In offensive line, I worked the defensive line. Quite a bunch of things. But I was a very fortunate coach, and I was probably the first 2 that sat down maybe that first week of April. We talked about a lot of things, and ultimately the number one thing, no matter what, we said we feel that we could be a playoff team. We truly believe that on April 3rd or whatever it was. And I was fortunate; I took over the weight room, so I got to work with these guys daily. And I was kind of the messenger, things that I talked to Coach about. I try to echo that and kind of relay those messages until he got a chance to come in and start speaking, his thoughts to him personally. But I started to see a change of attitude in the belief and the optimism in the spring. But you're right, not until we got into the game. And, even Kahula Creek, yeah, we won, but we played bad. But then we went out against Gilmore and we played well. And I think the light bulb really started to go off on them that, this physical style of play, it fits these guys. That's what they do best. We're a downhill type of team. We're a physical team. It brings out the qualities, and taking all these guys and playing them both ways. That's how we win. Taking great athletes and letting them play for 48 minutes if that's what need be. And they bought into it, and I think we're starting to see the results.
Well, I don't know that I'm showing my age here, but you have your Tom Landry style of coaching, and he's no Tom Landry. He's not going to wear the hat, the suit. He's not just going to stand there like that for 3 hours and then look at the scoreboard. So my question, Chad Cheatham, yeah, you're a good coach. I didn't mean, but style, coach, style.
I'm not
no
Tom
Tom
Landry.
Landry,
I'm
all
not
right?
Tom
And for the young guys, I don't know. But for the coaching staff, I want to hear from the coaching staff, if you speak for a couple of them maybe. When did you guys say, hey, do we have to keep up with this guy? I mean, what has it been like, seriously, the energy level the coach
it's a
brings?
blessing to me because I'm more of a high energy guy too, and Chad and I kind of feed off of each other. But as a coaching staff collectively, we love each other. I mean, that's not like a joke. Like, we enjoy being around each other all the time.
That's true.
I mean, practice, if it's 2.5 hours or 2 hours, it doesn't matter if the time flies by because we enjoy being there. Same thing on Sundays. We're game planning, but we enjoy being there. Whether we're there for 5 hours or 3 hours, that time just flies by because we know what we're doing is a good thing. We know our goals are like, we have a common interest, and we're all working towards the same goal. We're not going to let each other down. We believe in each other that much. So, our time together is well spent, and we enjoy it.
Folks, we're going to take a brief break. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. We want to thank Papa's Pizza to Go for the meal all year long. Papa's Pizza to Go. Pepsi for the drinks. Team FYN Sports sponsors. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to get a little deeper on this team and some of the things that's been happening this year with this great organization. I'm your host, BKP. We take a brief break. We'll be right back.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World. Hey Rebel fans, come visit the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill of Blue Ridge, Fannin County High School's Meet, Eat, and Treat headquarters. Highway 5 in Blue Ridge. Proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
The model year end clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year end discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hey, we're back. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. I want to thank Papa's Pizza to Go for the meal, Pepsi for the drinks, all of our Team FYN sponsors. Don't forget, this Saturday is the Mountain Football League, Super Bowl down at Pickens this Saturday. Fannin has some teams in there, so you're going to be wanting to tune in to watch what age groups is Fannin?
8U and 11U are playing in the finals.
8U and 11U.
Both Holloway brothers, Brandon and Ron, are both playing in the championship.
So that will be, and if you're not able to make it down, or you have family anywhere in the world, they could tune in, fyntv.com. We're going to be broadcasting them live. Every game will be live starting 9 a.m. Saturday morning, fyntv.com. Again, hey, shout out to Tim and Eddie O'Neill for the hat. Nice meeting today with the guys down there. You know Eddie?
Eddie O'Neill, yeah, great friend of mine.
You know what I like about Eddie? I argue a little football with him.
Yeah, he loves to.
He does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we argued a little today. You believe that?
He's got a lot of football sports.
I know. We argued a little.
He's very intelligent.
But look, all of our friends at the Mountain Football League, all you guys there, Tim, Eddie, all of you, Saturday, 9 a.m., we're going to be down there. Now, this is senior night. We got our guys here. Senior night, Fannin Rebels, Coach Chad Cheatham, Coach Kuna is with us, and we're talking about their time playing on this team. They're coming off a win against Lumpkin, 35-14. They are playing in Week 11, but they're going down, and they need your help. They need you to go down with them and follow them down to watch them play at GAC Friday night. They got that game coming up before the season's over, and they get into Game 11. Now, I'm going to back out of the way. They were talking about some stories, and maybe Coach could get them to talking about a couple, because throughout the season, there's one or two things happen, and this is the time to share it. So get something started, guys. What has happened in the locker room, on the bus, at practice? First of all, what's Coach's temperament like on the practice field? They want to know. The people out there want to know, what's Coach like on the practice field?
They don't want to know.
They don't want to know. Huh?
You've seen Cheatham spasms, and they're a lot worse in practice.
I
wonder where they got that, man.
Very intense, bring a lot of energy. I expect a lot, and when it doesn't happen, I let them know in a very nice but forceful way. That's all.
We're fired.
Yeah, I don't. I can fire people sometimes. I always put them back on.
Is there a reason? Is that the reason why his voice is always like that? Yes.
He sounds like a bullfrog.
So he on the practice field, that energy and that jumping up and down is out there also.
Yeah. But one time he kicked us off the field.
Kicked you off the field?
Well, I was hurt, so I was on the sideline. So I was hobbling off the field as everybody else went in the field house. He punted a ball. I mean, it's a pretty nice punt. Not even gonna lie. Got another one, chunked it, still screaming. And we had this big pole with a ball at the end. Took it and was hitting it over our sled.
Coach, come on, man. It didn't happen. You got to say it did happen.
Man, it wasn't very good practice. It was not high energy. Body language was bad. I'd seen all I could see, and I felt like I needed to send a message, and I sent it. I about had a stroke. And so I had to go and take about 2 Advil and kind of chill out for a little bit. But they responded. They did.
No.
The very next day, man, it was like, I didn't have to bring the energy because they brought it.
That's pretty good. That's right.
Excuse me, Brian, I heard something about a trash can.
Well,
Can somebody tell us about the trash can?
Yeah, my freshman year I got put in a trash can by a bunch of the seniors. Yeah.
And you never did anything like that to the freshmen. All of you guys.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, right after the game, you posted the Cheatham spasm. I went in at halftime because we were giving up points right before the half, and there happened to be a trash can right in front of me, and I grabbed it, and then I thought to myself, but I looked Will Mosley in the eye, and I saw great fear, and so I kindly put the trash can back down.
Was you planning on throwing that at Matthew?
I don't know where I was going to throw it, but it was. I thought better of it there.
Hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Hey, I'll just tell you this, you're playing in week 11, so it worked.
Hey, man, let it go. That's what I told them. Playing in week 11, you're playing a good team in GHC. You'll probably play Calhoun. What do we got to lose? Pressure's on them. Let's have fun, go out there and roll the dice. Let's see what happens.
Let me go back to you a minute, Coach Kuna. Now, the name escapes me, and I apologize. The defensive coordinator.
Coach Turner.
Coach Turner, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of emotion this past Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, trying to get the words, I don't want to say with last year's program, coaching style is coaching style.
Yes, sir.
But it shows that you're letting your coaches coach.
Amen.
Am I reading that right?
Exactly right.
Because the defensive coordinator Friday night, and you guys, the whole entire team, people watch out there, that defensive stand Friday night was just awesome what you guys did. And I watched that guy, and I would say the difference, I got to call it like that, in watching in the past, is your coaches are up and down the field, they're coaching up the kids.
Well, when you make hires as coaches, you develop relationships with them in the interview process, etc. Jeff and I got together early, like he said, and we were able to communicate back and forth while I was still at Banks. Finally got to meet the other guys, fell in love with them, brought Chris on board, brought Adam. You know, Adam was there. He was ready to go. He was ready for the, to be turned loose, and, just so pleased with what they've done. I'm the kind of guy that I believe if you hire somebody to do a job, then you let them do their job, and you don't step in.
I noticed
don't
that.
Get me wrong, Coach is always going to make sure that what we're doing is right. He's always going to double check our work.
I understand that clearly. But what I guess I was getting at is I've noticed a difference this year on the sideline, that you guys seem to have more space to work with the team, work with the positions that you're assigned to, and get the job done. Because I was watching that very closely Friday night, and I really enjoyed that with the team. Let me ask you this, guys, before we close tonight. You guys have done something. Now, there's an entire team. We're not leaving them out, but as seniors, you guys have achieved something for the first time in your school history since you went to play in 3A, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, how many years have you played in 3A? Is it 10 or?
Well, the last playoff appearance was 2010. I'm not sure exactly when they went to AAA. Probably maybe 6-7 years ago.
So it's about 7 years, but since the team has started playing in 3A, you guys have not gone to a game 11. And talk about setting that standard for the team. That's what I want to hear from you guys. What's that mean to you guys? We talked about it earlier, but let's double back. What does that mean in the leadership, and what is setting that standard for the teams to come? What's that mean to you guys? Talk a little bit about it.
Well, we made playoffs this year, so maybe next year our goal can be to win 1 or 2 playoff games. And then the next year after that can be win a couple more playoff games.
What were you going to say?
I mean, we've changed up a lot. It's no more just like, we didn't just sneak in there. We busted all summer and this whole season. We earned it. And Coach Cheatham, I've never been to the playoffs, but Coach Cheatham says anything can happen. I believe that. There's teams that you go and you go in the locker room and there's the team photo every year. And there's going to be something different about this team photo.
Yes,
okay? So when you walk down through there, because Coach Cheatham, he played, 35 years ago or something? I don't know what it was. I'm joking, man. I mean, that's why I'm working this side.
1990.
That's why I'm working this side of the camera, okay? But
so 27 years ago.
I wasn't far off. But when you walk down through the hall, there's the team pictures. You go into school, there's the trophy case and all those kind of things and the team pictures. But there's going to be something different about this team picture years later when you come down through there. You're going to be able to say, this is the achievement we have. Now, I know it might sound silly and corny as can be, but one day you might take your kids to the high school, okay, and whatever profession or career you choose in life, and you might take your kid and look up at that picture and tell your kid, hey, this is the year. Let me tell you a little bit about this team, and that's basically what we're doing tonight. before we close, if anybody got anything else to say on that, the leadership, you guys feel good, like really good the way you're leaving the team to the other guys?
Definitely.
Okay. I won't have the seniors back on the couch. A lot of school year left, graduation year. Does anybody already have profession, college? I understand if you don't want to say you made a commitment in sports, but I mean, anybody already got career plans, thoughts of what you want to do in life, go to school? Anybody?
Well, I think
your mom and dads are really hoping you'll answer that question.
Well, I can tell you from our standpoint that from a coach's standpoint, is we're looking at several of these guys qualifying, and getting those guys opportunities to get looked at. There's several on these couches that have the opportunity to play at the next level, whatever level that might be, and to get an education. I think all of them are going to get an education, but there's some of them definitely that are going to have the opportunity to play at the next level.
Coach, I want to wrap up with you. We did this earlier in the year, but earlier in the year when I asked you this, I think it was like the first or second game when I asked you this. Now that we're closing out the season and you're here with these guys and you've taken a team, we understand we've got football to play, but you basically have taken a team through a season. Talk about you played here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You come back, you're head coach. Now, correct, this is your first full year as a head coach, okay? Yes, first full year as head coach. You're at home.
Yes, sir.
Playing on your field, and this is where this team is at. Share us a little personally what that's like for you.
I don't know if I can do it without getting emotional. An amazing experience for me and my family, and for these, I said this to them on senior night. These seniors will always be my first. You hate to compare that to your first child, but they'll always be my first. I will always go back in my career, and I don't have that much longer left. Hopefully I've got a pretty good amount of time, but I will always go back and remember the love and the tradition that we set with these guys, and the fact that they believed in me when they didn't have to, and changed the culture and changed their tradition. For my coaching staff, we got a guy from up north in Illinois who's one of my best friends in the entire world, and we had no clue that this was going to happen. Adam Turner, Heath Hinton, Noah O'Neill, Chris Thigpen, all those guys, Tanner Davis. I can't just tell you how blessed we are and fortunate that there's a higher power that brought us all together, and that created a love between us that will never end in this season. It goes well beyond anything I can explain.
Guys, we've talked about achievements. We've talked about you guys playing your senior year. 3 of you played all 4 years. And I don't know if it is settled in with you and you grasp this, but the takeaway is you guys have set a standard. And let me tell you something. There's not many opportunities in life where you get an opportunity, a chance to set a standard at something. And when it comes to Fannin Rebel football, you guys have set a standard, and it's something to be proud of, and it's something you're going to have to take away. I'm going to come over here and wrap it up, Luther. All right?
Well, let me say that Luther, we want to thank you, BKP. You're the best. We appreciate you. These kids appreciate you.
Coach, there ain't no loving on this show. Now get away from me, man.
But you always say,
get away from me, man. There ain't no loving on this show.
You always say promoting sports, and that's true.
Okay, folks, we got to wrap it up here. Coach, we need to settle down. We're all get me all. I got to bring it together.
Bring it together.
Listen, I do want to say this. I mean, there's not many people. Yeah, I'm eating trick or treat candy. I know I shouldn't have done that over there halftime, but there's not many people that walk into your life that you just feel like you've been close friends with forever, and you can make that connection. And I appreciate that, Coach. I feel like we've been friends forever.
Yes, sir.
BKP, Circuit World, Blue Ridge here. We've had a great season. Thank you, Papa's Pizza to Go, for the meal. every week. Go by and thank them for providing pizza every week for these players. Pepsi for providing drinks. Team FYN Sports always highlighting and promoting young athletes in a positive way. Don't forget, Saturday morning at starting at 9 o'clock, FYNTV.com. Find our Facebook page, Team FYN Sports. Like that. Follow us on Twitter at Team FYN Sports and Instagram. And guys, really enjoyed it this year. Wish you well this Friday night. Can't wait to see some of you on the basketball court. Can't wait to see some of you. I don't know if we have any wrestlers, tennis players, whatever.
We got some wrestlers. We got some track guys. I'm coaching
track.
I'm seeing some track guys.
And baseball. So we're out. Luther, thanks a lot. We finished, Luther?